Breastfeeding has been around for ages, ever since humans were created. Since before we figured out how to milk a cow, before formula was invented, this was the only way that babies were able to be nurtured. Since then, it's kind of become the norm for mothers to give up real quickly because they just assume, what's the point? I might as well just use formula. And honestly, who could blame them? They're traumatized. They've just gone through the worst experience of their life. They could tell you it was the best, but in the moment, it was very painful. And they're tired. They were probably up for the past 24 hours. They don't want to sit there and be attached to a stranger, and they just want to give them a bottle and go to sleep. They don't know how crucial it is to establish that milk supply early on, and how easy it is for that milk to dry up, which will further cause complications and frustrations. Now, there are moms out there that try and they just can't. They might have low iron, they might have endocrine or hormonal issues. Their baby might just have a poor latch, and that's okay. It's completely okay to turn to formula. The point of this speech is just to educate moms who might not know how important formula or how important breast milk could be for your baby, so they just decide to take the easier route. Now, we're not taught in health class, we're not taught in child development about breast milk. I don't even remember hearing about it one time in school. The first time I even thought to look it up was when I was pregnant. Thankfully, I did that. Outside research is really our only way of learning or of knowing about the benefits to breastfeeding. The benefits, there are so many. For babies, a breastfed baby has a lower risk of becoming obese or developing diabetes or asthma, or even passing from SIDS, which is sudden infant death syndrome. They're less likely to catch a stomach bug or any other virus due to all of those good antibodies that we find in breast milk. Breast milk is very gentle on their stomachs and intestines, so they're less likely to spit up. They're able to keep all of those good nutrients in. Breast milk has literal healing powers. You hear about cradle cap, which is basically just dandruff for babies. It's harmless. It won't hurt your baby, but it is kind of ugly. It's not the best thing to look at, and a lot of moms see it as off-putting. So you can take breast milk and rub it into their scalp, and the omega-3 fatty acids, which are very similar to the ingredients that we find in lotion, you find that in the lotions, and it can heal their cradle cap very quickly. Also for diaper rashes, it's very similar to why it will heal cradle cap. It's very good for moisturizing the skin, and it's actually just as effective as 1% hydrocortisone cream, which is what they would give you in the doctor's office. For scrapes and burns, you can put this on a scrape and burn, and it can fight off that infection, which will speed up that healing process, which is fabulous. It is also beneficial to mothers. A nursing mother is more likely to lose the weight quicker, which it's been studied that they lose 1 to 2 pounds quicker each month than a mother who chooses to feed by formula. Nursing can also help with postpartum depression, which is very, very common. You see it quite often in mothers. Whenever you're nursing, you feel that bond. You look down, you look at that baby, and they're looking up and smiling at you. It's nothing better, and it actually has been known to help with depression. A nursing mother is less likely to develop a negative attitude versus a non-nursing mother. Breastfeeding is hard. It's time-consuming. It takes literally all of your time. Establishing your milk supply can be frustrating. Whenever I was pregnant, I started reading the book Nursing Mother's Companion, which is fabulous. It taught me everything I needed to know, from establishing a milk supply to how to handle sore, cracking nipples. It goes in far more into detail about the benefits to feeding, about how to establish your schedule, and how to bond in those early moments, in those early days of your child's life. And it's so important to remember that if nursing doesn't work out, it's okay. It's okay to go to formula. It is okay to turn to cow's milk if that is what your doctor has suggested. All of this is okay. If it's okay to give up breastfeeding. There's a reason that formula was invented, but at least you know that you gave it a shot, that you educated yourself, and that you tried as hard as you could for your baby.